The thing? That's cool.
That's my thing. You caught on.
Yeah. I should turn my phone off. I can feel bullshit. We've always tried to orient Terremoto's process and the way we go about making gardens and the way we talk about making these gardens in a way that's just we're just being candidly honest. Because YOLO, I feel like it would be disingenuous to live and or practice as a landscape architect in any way that wasn't following that sort of code of life and living. The manipulation of horticulture is inseparable from human civilization. But I would also offer that the way that indigenous people lived prior to, let's say in America at least, European settlement was much more authentic in that they had a deep respect for nature and there was a manipulation of the wilderness to accommodate the way that they lived. It was much kinder and authentic and better than the way in which we exist with land now. So there's actually a lot of structure, oftentimes hidden within a thing that feels chaotic. Our gardens try to follow the same principles in that a well-designed garden needs to respond to the micro instances of a site. Where's sun, where is shade, where does water move, what are the natural drainage patterns. Sometimes what we're trying to do is replicate what might feel chaotic in nature in a way that is also curated. I'm not against a garden having intention. Sometimes we work on bigger residential projects and usually what we do is the outer reaches of the project will be pretty wild, but then the closer we get to the house, things crystallize and there's much more intention. It's a gradient of wilderness to civilized or architecture in a way, but yeah. Keeping the office small intentionally, and by keeping the scale of the projects we do smallish, we don't really have these horribly heavy deadlines. In starting the business, we challenged a few things that we felt were kind of unfair in historical models that we experienced, and then it became a thing where we're oh, we pay hourly. Paying hourly is so much more just. Because of all this weird shit that we do, I think that that's part of the reason that our body of work and our practice is kind of weird and non-conventional. When you have a kid, you give them baths all the time. In Southern California, there's a massive drought, basically ongoingly forever, and it was this crazy thing where I was why am I filling up this bath with water in this state that has no water and then dumping it into the sewer after my kid has been in it for 7 minutes? In an opportunistic sort of way, I was oh, so now we have a clawfoot tub that's in our garden. Half the time we bathe in the garden and then that water goes out and it waters the sycamores immediately adjacent to the bathtub. At Terremoto, we're increasingly trying to figure out how we can equate human enjoyment with ecology. To call it a garden would almost not acknowledge the strength of that. So I'm looking for a new word. Let me know.